Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Northlee. Each week we're featuring a different business, nonprofit, historic home, or person making a difference in the community of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Today I'm here with my favorite photographer, Christine of Being Christine, and Love Your Sparkle Boudoir. She is amazing. I found her on socials, of course. And she and I have kind of become friends and have hung out and done some different shoots together. She does all of my branding shoots. And I really just wanted to interview her and kind of share what she does with everyone. So if you would just tell us a little bit about what you do and why you love it.
I have two different businesses. One is called Being Christine, and with Being Christine Photography, I do corporate headshots, seniors, like high school seniors, and then family photos from time to time. What I really, really love is boudoir photography. I love empowering women. So for those who don't know what boudoir photography is, it is empowering photos of women wearing what makes them feel sexy. Now, everybody has their version of sexy. It is not always high heels and fishnets. It can be all kinds of things. So that's what truly drives me, is boudoir and empowering women.
And if you ever meet Christine, like I have, she makes you feel good whether you're doing a boudoir photo shoot, you're doing a regular photo shoot, or you're just seeing her walking downtown Fond du Lac, you know, like she's always got a compliment ready. She's very outgoing, bubbly personality. So yeah, she's a good person to work with for sure.
Thank you. And that's all I want to do, is make people feel like valued.
So what got you into doing this?
So it was, oh my God, it's been like 14, 15 years now. My dad always had cameras, and he had a Canon Rebel, which is like a good starter camera, and that was a film camera. And then he had one of the first Canon digitals, and I would use his film camera all the time. That was so much fun for me. And I also, I mean, as a kid, I always asked for cameras.
Right.
That was something I remember. Like I have most of my cameras still. But I was like 31, 29, 30, somewhere in there when I started to like dabble in it again. And then my dad's digital camera, a friend of mine had seen me with it, who was a photographer. And she said, "Hey, can you help me with some weddings?" And I was like, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was a second shooter for weddings for like a handful of years. Weddings are not my jam. Please do not book me for weddings. Book somebody who loves weddings. And there are people out there. Weddings are great. It's just, I never envisioned being... No, just not mine. I enjoyed being a second shooter because you have less responsibility, you know? So yeah, and then I learned a little bit from that person, not a ton. They directed me to really go to online resources. And there's photographers that I follow religiously, like Sue Bryce is one of them I love. Lindsay Adler is somebody who I recently learned from in New York. Okay. So I flew out to, well, technically Jersey City, but it's like across the bridge from New York. And I did a workshop with her and a bunch of other people, and I learned burlesque style photography. And I went into that thinking, I'm going to know nothing. Everybody else is going to know more than me, and I'm going to feel very humbled. Right. Out of 12 people, only 2 of us had studios. Only probably 2 or 3 of us had the lighting to be able to recreate these things. And I was like, holy shit, I think I've made it somewhere. Yeah, so it was a really awesome experience.
Well, that sounds like so much fun, and it's just a good way to learn too, and be able to help other people learn.
Yes. Yeah, it was great. I've just recently recreated one of the shoots that there were 6 different sets, 8 different sets I think that we did. Okay. And one of them was Jessica Rabbit.
I was thinking that was where you're going.
Yes.
Okay, and you just did that.
I just did it. Was it as good as what she had set up for me? No. But for what I have for equipment, I nailed it. I think I did fantastic.
I just saw your TikTok this morning about it, so that's funny, the behind the scenes video. I haven't seen it a little further, but it's funny that you say that.
It's on my computer screen right now.
All right, I'll check it out afterwards. All right, so you just launched a book. You launched a book about Wisconsin whiskers, which is just incredible, first of all, that you got to launch a book. Like, how many people could say that? And you had a party for it, and you did, like, went all out. Tell us about it. I'm so excited to talk about it.
So, Wisconsin Whiskers was inspired by my brother. And I was doing a photo shoot at his house with his daughter. She went off to change, and he sat in front of the backdrop. And he doesn't like to have his photo taken ever. And I was like, ooh, wrong move. And I took a photo of him, and his beard, I noticed, was just like so majestic. And I was like, I need to like do more with this. And I do have to show.
Blowing in the wind?
No, it wasn't that big. It was just so full. And we ended up with this. This is the inspiration. And I'm like, I need to photograph more men and their facial hair. And it's funny the things that you learn when you're working on a project. I learned how many men need to understand how they're valued, and they need to have their portrait taken. And it has a lot to do with self-confidence. And like, we didn't talk about this before, but I did these portraits, most of them in my garage. So I had a backdrop. I used
you saying that.
Yeah, I used the light from outside to be the light. I didn't have any lights at that time. Yeah. And
you said this has been done over a number of years, right?
This is 5 years ago.
Project, yeah.
And these guys would walk up all nervous, and when they would leave, it was like the posture was a little straighter. Yep. They were smiling. And we need to change how society looks at men and portraits. 100% we need to change that, because there's so many men out there that need to know that they're valued.
Well, and so many men, like, and I know you do some family portraits too, but they do family pictures, and that is what they're being photographed for the entire year, if not longer. And they hate it.
And they hate it.
They want to be in and out in 6.5 minutes.
And it's so horrible because, you know, when you leave this world, because it'll happen someday, what is there going to be left? Your kids, your family members, what are they going to have to look at? Nothing. Yep. You being grumpy in a shoot? No. I photographed 78 men, 78, and they were not grumpy. They were really happy to be there and happy to be valued. Mm-hmm. One of them in the project, he was going through a rough time about a year or so after his portrait was done. And during my speech at the book release party, he mentioned that what I'd said resonated with him. The fact that men should be valued and that your portrait being taken is important. And I sobbed when I got this email. It was just like, it's everything I wanted like people to understand.
Yep, and see.
Yeah. I'm gonna get choked up again.
Don't do it.
Don't do it!
But it just makes that much more worth it. You know,
does.
You did something, and it's not just a picture. It's making someone feel good about themselves. Yeah. Whether that's with boudoir or a self-portrait or with a corporate headshot. Like, you just have that ability. Your personality does that naturally, I think.
Yes.
But then also the way that you do photography just brings that out in people, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, there isn't a person out there that I feel doesn't deserve to be valued. You know, everybody deserves to be valued and to see their value. Even in corporate headshots, you know, that's so important.
It doesn't have to be a dusty, stuffy picture.
No, it doesn't. And I want people to understand that, you know, that's a representation of you. I had a woman that had a bigger chest, just like me. And she's like, oh my God, in my last one, it was straight on and all you could see was boobs. And I was like, we're not going to do it this way.
Right. We're going to do something different.
We're going to do something different. And when she saw the final results, she was like, oh my God, like I actually like this. And I'm like, you should.
Right. It's not the dreaded corporate headshot that you see, and it's just the straight on, like you had said. It's just stuffy and businessy and unapproachable. I think would be the best word.
Yeah, the corporate headshot.
This pose.
Oh, hold on. Let me just get the... Yep. That can work. It can, mind you. But, yeah. Yeah, so even when it comes to corporate headshots, like, it should reflect your personality to an extent. And there needs to be a change in that industry. People that I've been photographing at a corporation recently were just, like, blown away because I didn't just make them stand, take a photo, and you're gone. I like valued them.
Right. You wanted to make sure they liked the picture that they were going to have to use for however long until the next one. And
my favorite part was like somebody said, "That's fine," and I was like, "Fine? That's a 4-letter word in my book." I was like, "We're going for good at least. Can we just look at this again? Can I make a change?" It was cute.
Oh, what did they end up saying on the way out?
So some of them, it really worked. When they would say fine, I was like, that was my way to just test the waters. Are we good, or do I need to let them know that they can have just a quick redo?
Right.
And some of them, they need a quick redo. And they were like, "Oh my God, that's it. Now we nailed it." Yeah.
I love that. See, and just that is exciting to me, the way that you do that, and you're able to just, instead of making it boring and dry, add some life to it and make it nicer. And because you're able to make fun and read that fine too, is it fine or is it fine? You know?
Or is it fine?
Right, exactly.
So
What
many
fine is it?
versions. Which one?
Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. So you are also doing a whole bunch of stuff in downtown Fond du Lac.
Yes.
Speaking of drawing things out and doing it differently, tell us a little bit about what that looks like for you.
It has been super exciting. So the Downtown Fond du Lac Partnership, one of their board members, Tracy of Lillian's, created this group for all of us then to be able to share and collaborate. And it has literally changed so much about downtown.
How long have you guys been doing that group?
It's been around for a while,
Has it?
but it's only been maybe the last 6 to 8 months that we've been utilizing it.
Okay.
And it gives us a great platform to communicate with each other. And for those who can't attend meetings, then they can then find out what's going on, how they can participate. So we meet usually once a month, and Tracy's the one that also got those meetings started. And the goal of the meetings is to make sure that we're supporting all of the events that the DFP is putting on, like wine walks, Deer Camp Weekend. We have, what else? Small Business Saturdays, Small Business Sweepstakes.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, there's so much right now. And it has really gotten all of us to kind of meld together, combine, and work together. We inspire each other so much. It has been awesome. And then if we're not working on the DFP projects, then we're doing some of our own projects to kind of just give a little spark to...
Sprinkle a little extra in there.
Yeah.
Yep. And some of the other business owners contribute and they start things and they have something in their mind that they can run with, and a lot of people will jump on board. Not everyone necessarily, but just getting more people, that way you get the awareness out there.
Yes. And sometimes there is so much information. The DFP works so hard to get these events out there that it's nice that they have us to be able to be like, "Hey, are you on board with this? Did you know that this is happening?" And then that way these events are being done to the max, and they're really enjoyable for the community especially.
Yep. And I think too, in what you guys have been doing, so much spotlight and attention has come to the downtown Fond du Lac area that we're starting to see, like, the businesses that we didn't know existed are starting to kind of pop out. I know for me, like, I go on social media before I'm going to walk down the street. I know that's embarrassing. It is what it is. I do walk down the street very often, for the record. But that's typically the first place that people look for things to do, and some of these places didn't previously have such a presence or even pages and things that you could search on socials, but now you guys are getting out there, you're doing things, and you're promoting one another too, which is helping you all grow. And I know recently I handed out the flyer for the podcast to promote that, and I went through businesses, and I've walked in businesses that have been around for 20 plus years that I didn't know existed, because there's that one door is all you see, and you don't necessarily know what's behind it unless you know what's behind it. Well, I just started going in them, and all of a sudden there's like a magic shop. It's like Harry Potter. I'm going through Narnia in there, and one of them was a little Narnia-like. I will say, I'll leave that out. But I was like, whoa, this is completely different than what I expected.
Yeah.
But that's all downtown, and you just have to explore and find it. So, but having those events and the things, you're discovering new spots. Like Witches Day Out, you guys did the scavenger hunt to
bring
attention. There's just so many activities you're doing for it.
So many activities.
So much room for activities.
Yes, so much.
Speaking of room for activities, you're about to have a lot of extra room for activities, right?
It's crazy. I'm very sad to be leaving downtown. It is not a decision that I took lightly. The unfortunate part is because of all these grants that have been happening, everybody's been able to live their dreams as well, and they've been filling up spots. It is so amazing. So many cool businesses. So I am now going to be a little bit north of downtown. I'll be just to the left of the Little Caesars in the strip mall that's by Lakeside Park. It's gonna be twice as big. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm super excited. It is such a exciting move. Opening this space 4 years ago, I never thought it would happen. I hired a life coach to be able to help me get through like overcoming some hurdles I had. And she always jokes because like once she would give me like something to do, it was like, boop, boop. I was like gone.
Yep.
I just needed somebody to tell me like it was okay, I could do it. Oh, I just ran. And now look at me, I'm moving to a bigger space.
That's incredible. And like obviously it's bigger, so it's going to be better. You have so many like decorations and just things that you've picked out, and oh gosh, I can't even wait to see how you do it.
Well, there's so much more space. So we're going to have this entire wall full of different like antique mirrors, like floor to ceiling. And that is going to be for doing boudoir. And I'm super excited about that. It's going to be like a dark green wall with gold frames. It's going to be unlike anything that is in a studio around here. Yep. For boudoir, it's all in its own separate room. So you don't see a bed when you walk into the studio like you do now.
I'll be interested to see how the wall of mirrors like works for pictures. I can't wait. I bet that's going to be just incredible.
Dying to do it. Let's see, I'm getting a little bit new furniture for the area for reveals. When we do reveals at the studio, they're in person. I get to hang the TV on the wall and like mount it so you can move it around. Yeah. There's just so many interesting things. There's going to be a little vintage area for like pinups.
Okay, yep.
Hair and makeup's going to be twice as big. I'm going to have a storage area, like that's not 2 foot by 3 foot.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
It will be. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
To see it. You're going to do incredible things there.
You're going to want to have some of your personal photos done by that. Like,
yeah.
You're going to be like, I was just visiting Christine.
Uh-huh. Is this a selfie studio with you as the photographer? I don't want to do it myself. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Come over for lunch, be like, I brought you some little Might have to spring for something a little bit better, but it will be delicious, hot and ready.
It will be.
Can't go wrong with that. I mean, well, I can't wait to see the new studio and the new space and all of the things that you've got coming up for next year. It'll be fun to see. And of course, to use you for branding photos.
Oh.
Speaking of branding photos, I just have to mention, so I've always done, since I got into real estate, gosh, almost 5 years ago, I've done branding photos, probably started my first year, and since then, I've moved it to quarterly, if not more. Mm-hmm. And I really encourage people, particularly small business owners, to do branding shoots, which they can do with you, but just coming to you, going to their business and taking pictures kind of behind the scenes, and just incorporating what they do on a day-to-day basis is so powerful to use on your socials and to grow in that way.
Yes.
And social media is free. Pictures are not, but you combine the two and you have a really, really good impact and opportunity.
It's powerful.
Yes.
One of the things that we did, this was like a year ago, for, not this summer, the last one, for downtown. I'm a very confident person. I push myself in so many different ways. One way that it'll take me years sometimes to go into a business is not knowing what the inside looks like. And so I would just do quick little videos for them showing going in and around their space. It's just an anxiety thing I have, but a lot of people are this way. Now, once I get over it, they want to know what to expect.
Yes.
So you have that aspect, but then people also want, if you have a business, people want to see your face. Quit hiding.
Yep.
Branding shoots are so important in that respect. Like you said earlier, we don't have to show your face 100% of the time. It can show you working, doing things.
Hands in action.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't have to be front and center, but you do want to be in them. And
you do.
To give that like sneak peek of what you're doing and how.
And you and I are on the same page when it comes to social media.
Yep.
We work together so well. It has just been, it's been great introducing you to everybody downtown. Excuse me.
When you walk downtown with her, by the way, you will feel like a celebrity because she knows everyone, okay? She knows everyone. They'll yell across the street, down the street. That was new and different. I don't know if that happens every day to you or not, but maybe it does. But we're just walking down the street and someone just yells out Christine and...
It was so cute.
It was pretty cool.
I did kind of feel...
I was like, yeah, I'm with her. I know her. I know who she is.
It's so important to make those connections with people, though. It so is.
Yep. And it's just networking, like social media networking, in-person networking. Like you do a very good job of mixing the two and introducing people. And yes, I love it.
And you have to learn when you're introducing people to each other, it's not about me. Yep. It is about who I'm making this connection. Because that connection is more important than the fact that I know that person and this person.
Right.
And I love...
They can work together.
Yes. Yeah, that is so important. And I've learned so much. There have been businesses that have hired me this last year, like Velma hired me to do all of their headshots. Boys and Girls Club hired me. Because they're nonprofits, I did give some discounts there. And it's been amazing, though, the connections that it has gotten me.
Right.
And the people, the beautiful people I've met through this.
Yep. And the people that are in charge of nonprofits, not to go down that complete avenue, but those people are just amazing.
I know.
And they're so willing to help. And we need more people like that.
We do.
We love them.
Me too.
Yeah, but you do such a great job with all of the photography that you've done. You offer boudoir, the men's photography, which I just love. I think that's so unique. Branding shoots, family pictures, but mostly you love boudoir.
Boudoir is my heart and soul. For those of you who don't, did we talk about boudoir already?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know what boudoir is, no, we did at the very beginning. I swear to you, we did.
We probably did. We're gonna have to keep this in there because this is just hilarious. Take this.
I know. I'm like, this is so important. And I'm like, I think we talked about it at the very beginning.
Yep.
We did.
What did you put in here? What is it? I'm just kidding.
Adrian at Hotel Retlaw at Cafe One, whatever he put in there.
Yeah.
No, good. Aiden. He was so sweet.
Yeah, I love them.
I know.
It's such a good spot too to like meet people.
It is.
I've been there. I've taken a bunch of meetings there recently. Actually, it's a nice spot.
It is, and it's beautiful. I love that there's a cafe there.
Yep. Cafe, they've got the little boutique, and then the hotel lobby is such a beautiful place to take pictures.
It is.
Just saying.
We're so lucky. So lucky.
I want to go stay there. We should just have like a girls' night and go like eat dinner and have a drink and get some Little Caesars.
But they have their charcuterie boards.
Oh, what?
They have charcuterie boards.
Ooh.
Yes.
Little snack.
Totally worth it.
The cheese. Little cheese chunks.
Yeah. Have you been in their rooms?
Not in a long time. My parents got married there. My mom and my stepdad, I should say. But they got married there years ago, and so we've done the whole shebang. But, I mean, that was a long time ago. No offense to aging them or anything.
Was it more than 5 years ago?
But yeah.
Oh, so you haven't...
I haven't seen the room since they've, like, redone it. Oh. It's actually on my list of things I'd like to get with them for next year and do something, because I just think it's a good place to show off.
Yeah.
And it's such a nice hotel, like, in the heart of Fond du Lac. So.
It is. And like anytime I have out of town clients, I always direct them there. They always love it.
Yeah. Do you think it's haunted? I think it's haunted. I bet it's haunted.
If it is haunted, anybody who
is haunted.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm a little bit more jealous if somebody runs into a ghost.
Yeah.
Because I didn't. Like, why am I not special enough for that?
We could bring a Ouija board there. We could have a sleepover, do a Ouija board. I don't know if I could sleep though. I might need some Red Bull.
I know. I don't know if I think I'd be fine. I think I'd be fine.
We'd have to be in like the lobby doing it.
There's a certain floor.
Is there?
There's a certain floor.
Is that one of the hotels that doesn't have a 13? Mm-hmm. Is it?
I think so. Well, I don't even know if it goes up to 13.
I don't know. That's
Yeah.
questions now. That's a whole thing we're gonna have to figure out. But oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Yeah.
And going through this with me, the whole experience. If someone is looking to follow you, to find you for boudoir, for anything, to just be your friend because you're amazing, where would they find you?
You can find me on Facebook. Being Christine is going to be the main photography page. And then Love Your Sparkle is going to be for boudoir. Same goes for Instagram. And then for TikTok, it's just boudoir. And that's Love Your Sparkle Boudoir.
All right. And if you're looking to follow me, which I hope you have already, if not, make sure you do. You can find Kelly, the Kelly Northlee. Otherwise, it's Kelly Northlee on all the other socials. So thank you guys for watching. I love doing this and hope you guys enjoy it too. So
Make sure you follow.
you better.